Hello guys, and welcome back to the DocMack car channel. And today what I'm going to show you is how to bleed the water pump, or check if the water pump is still working on your BMW N51, N52, N53, N54 and potentially N55 engine, as long as it's electronically driven. So this is the 330i and it's powered by the N52 B30 engine, and the water pump is typically right down below on the driver's side, which my side is on the right hand side. It's on the starboard side of the vehicle. You can't see it here, you can only see it from the underside of the vehicle. Now with the electronic water pump, it's not driven by a serpentine belt, so this water pump is actually quite expensive to replace. Now if you do drain your coolant, change your radiator, anything like that, you could be potentially introducing air bubbles into the system, so you will need to bleed the water pump. Now you do have a bleeder screw right here, but I will show you a way that you can activate the water pump so that it bleeds out the air from the system, and it should do it within 15 minutes. And you do have to have a strong battery for this one, if not it might run your battery dry. Without further ado, let's get into it, but consider subscribing and giving this video a like if it helps you. Alright guys, so the first thing I have is my BMW key fob. Now the first thing you need to do is insert it into the ignition, and then if you look at the dash cluster, you need to turn it into the run position like this, so you can see all your dash cluster lights come on. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on the aircon fan like so, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put it all the way up on this side as well as that side, and you're going to let it run. And then you need to have all the doors actually shut when you're doing this. But what you need to do, I'm just opening the door so you can see the light, is you'll need to press and hold down the accelerator for about 15 seconds, and then you can let it go. And then what that will do is it will activate the water pump. Leave the car in this position while the water pump is actually running. Now what will happen is when you go to the front of the vehicle, you're going to see the water pump, you're going to actually hear the water pump kick into action, and you'll hear a lot of gushing sounds from your reservoir tank. So I'll take you to the front of the vehicle. Alright guys, after you've gone through the process that I had advised just now, by actually turning the ignition on and then turning the fan speed to 1, the fan speed of the aircon, and then putting the temperature all the way to 28 degrees, or the highest option that you have, and then what you're going to do is you're going to press and hold down the accelerator for approximately 15 seconds. And now this is all while the ignition is turned on. Do not start the engine during this process. Now when you come to the front of the vehicle, what's going to happen is the water pump right down here, you're not going to be able to see it from up here. It's typically near the exhaust manifold. Now that's going to activate because it's electronically controlled and it's not driven by a serpentine belt. Now what that is going to do is it's going to push water out here, and it's going to push all the air bubbles out. And then if you do open your reservoir tank when the engine is stone cold and you've not started the car, if you do open it, you'll be able to see some water gushing out here. It'll just be like a stream of jet, which will actually be going like that kind of sound. And that would mean that your water pump has activated and it's bleeding the system. You typically need to leave it about 15 minutes or so, and then that will complete the whole procedure for you, and then you can go on your way, and that should be the air out of the system. Alright guys, I hope this video has been useful and informative. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up.